There was a leak about Tinder that came out in 2019 that shows that Tinder, it looked at desirability rankings. And if your ass was not desirable, Tinder was just not going to show you. Hello, everyone. My name is Rene Garcia, and I'm a divorce and recovery coach for men. I work directly with hundreds of guys to help them regain their life and do what they right now think is the impossible, to actually thrive as a newly divorced man. My coaching's been featured in the New York Times because it works. I'll get you better, not just faster, but stronger than if you tried doing this alone. I've never been big on asking for subscriptions because I always felt it to be just self-serving, like a do this for me kind of thing. But that's in the past, and by subscribing and commenting, you're not just helping me, but you're making sure that you get notified in future webinars like the one that you're about to watch. Now, these webinars, they're built to get your ass moving forward, and I don't fuck around in them. When you subscribe or comment, you're sending YouTube a signal to keep you in the loop so that you don't miss an announcement or screw yourself out of the process. But if you're serious about your reinvention, and I mean really serious, schedule a consult, subscribe, drop a comment saying that you're interested in future webinars. Check the community tab. That's where most of the updates are made. And join our Facebook group. In other words, don't be a passive viewer. That's bullshit and unfair to you. Do something. Now let's continue. The guys were asked how their experience in dating is. And the guys that said that they loved it, 57% of them said that they liked it, versus 44% said that it didn't. The guys that had a terrible time, the quality of life went substantially down. So it made your life worse. And think about it. You're out there, you're being told you're a piece of shit, you're being left by your wife, and all of a sudden your ass goes out there and date, and you're not having any luck. So you're gonna go from bad to worse already. But the guys that did and said that they were thriving, huge difference. It's essential to succeed here because it's one of the strongest predictors in post-divorce recovery. Online satisfaction amongst gender. You guys could see that men, 42 of them said that it was negative. This is according to a Pew study, and women scored 51. Women are unhappier than men when it comes to online dating. We don't know about online dating because the culture has changed. You meet somebody organically, it's pretty much a lot of nervous tension takes place during this time. And the nervous tension actually increases the attractivity. When you guys are around somebody and if you like them a lot, and this is more obvious in women actually than men, but it works both ways. If you get a little bit of vulnerability or a little bit of nervousness, that enhances their attractivity towards you. So you're meeting them organic, you're nervous, you take them out on a date, you know what they look like, you take them out on a date, and it's implied exclusivity. The marginal utility curve that you could see that most guys, there's not much change no matter how much the percent they look. And then all of a sudden, top 90%, boom, it skyrockets. A small change here is going to lead to a lot of change here. So this is where you want to be. And it's actually not that hard to get there. There's only two parts. As a coach, when I work with guys on dating, there's only two parts that are very difficult to change. And the first part is I can't change the age, and I can't change your height. But outside of that, you can make any person. It's not just about the looks, because it's the image of the picture that you guys are going to see. Average guy gets about 2 likes a week. That's dismal. The bottom 50% gets 4% of likes. This is actual data from OkCupid now. In other words, out of 100 likes from a female, 4 go to the bottom half. I can assure all of you guys, you will not be getting that little likes. Out of 100 likes from women, 4 go to the bottom half. Think about that. That's less than 1 a day. Top 10% receive 60% of the likes. So in other words, they're going to get 30 to 50 likes per week. The top 5%, 25% of all the likes, 40 to 60 likes. That's 20 to 30 times more than the average guy. It's actually not that difficult to get to the 10 to the 5%. There's no one in the group, in the team that is online dating that's directly worked with me at this point. Average guy, 50% of likes 50% of women on the dating app. Incredible odds. 50% likes. Women like 4% of men on dating apps. Most girls, you guys have heard this, thinks that guys are ugly. Fucking ugly. And why is this important? Because there's an algorithm. They're not equal opportunity feeds. There was a leak about Tinder that came out in 2019 that shows that Tinder, it looked at desirability rankings, and if your ass was not desirable, Tinder was just not going to show you. Think about that. You're paying for this, and Tinder's not showing you. If you're liked a lot, you're going to be boosted a lot. And I tell that to guys, don't start on dating app until you're prepared, until you're ready. If not, it's going to be a slow increase. Don't half-ass it, in other words. As a matter of fact, one of my clients, he and I worked together on the actual pictures, and they were pretty good. And he was on Bumble, and he's like, Rene, they're not changing. Sure enough, he put it somewhere else. I think it was Match. and he was killing it. He's like, Bumble sucks. I'm getting rid of Bumble. He got back on Bumble and boom, skyrocketed.
Can we just like delete the account and then start it up?
That's what
Start
a
it
lot of
back
guys
over?
do. And they say it works. Yes. Attractive or high performing profiles get exponentially seen more often. Not a little bit. It's not linear. It's exponential. And that's why, like, when I work with guys, top 5%, they get 40 to 60 likes. I'm like, that's more like a day, not a week. To me, that was low. 40 to 60 like is not a week. It's not too much. MIT and Cornell, the universities, they did a study and saw that the dating market, it has a winner takes all mentality. That's what their data shows. High rated users disproportionately get more attention, not because they swipe more, because they're displayed more often. I looked into AI and wanted to see what the data says to move it. And 15% get 80% on the likes on Tinder. 17% of men get 80% of the likes on Hinge. Bumble, 10 to 12, get 80% of like. Top tier are not only more desirable, they're pushed 10 to 30 times more often. You have to be top tier. Don't fuck around here. Two men, identical behavior, one profile seen 1,000 times, the other time maybe 50. That's how ridiculous this is. Complete disparity.
Yeah, but now that we know this, we can make this work to our advantage. And I want an unfair advantage when I enter this marketplace, which is why we're here with you, Rene.
But it does look, if you swipe right too often, they're going to make you look less desirable and too desperate. So there's a whole algorithm behind this.
Guess what notification I just got?
You did? Yo,
yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, I love it. They look at message response rate. I think, Ryan, you were mentioning that. Time says login. You really want to be logged on. You want to log on at peak hours.
Rene, what would be the peak hours then? Like for
3 to
women?
7.
3 to 7. Okay.
When it comes to good performance, think of compound interest. Think of it that way. What did Einstein? The rumor is he didn't say that, but the most powerful force in the universe being compound interest. You want good performance at the get-go. Let's say Ryan right now, he's on and he's like, I'm gonna boost or spotlight, and it helps you. It does help you for the time only, but you really are not increasing your boost unless the algorithm likes you. You really want to get a boost through the algorithm, not so much as paying for the boost. Does that make sense? If you do pay for the boost, do it on peak hours also, 3 to 7. It's exponential. Once you start winning, the system keeps you visible. If you start cold, you stay buried. So thinking of this, when should you, if ever, boost or spotlight?
I'd say if you're already partially on a roll and you start seeing your momentum start to plateau, and then I would boost to keep that going, but not on the down, but just as you reach the plateau and you're coming across to keep it going on.
That would be absolutely one way. You upload a new picture that's getting a killer looks. That's another one. You're uploading pictures that are going. You definitely, Judd, we were talking about old pictures. If you're not going to delete the profile, then you definitely want to boost with the new pictures coming up. Other guys have set a low bar for you guys. It really has. I mean, it's not that difficult to get here. Not exaggerating when I say that. It's not that difficult. What's the chief complaint amongst women? What do they say?
Every girl I've asked, they always say that it's garbage on there, or there's like guys sending dick pics and stuff like that.
Okay. I love the fact that you said that. Yeah. Women complain a shitload about dating apps because there's not good quality men. Ugly. Women think that 80% of men on dating apps are really ugly or ugly. Guys think that a selfie is going to change. That I will assure you, meet your friends and ask them to show you an online dating picture. I think 90% of guys will have a picture while they're driving. The thing is, the goal is to stand out. And this is not that difficult to get. It's not really a looks thing.